my name is Lindsay Onusko. I am a middle school science teacher and a coordinator of distance learning at Country Day School in Largo, Florida. We are a small private school in the Tampa Bay area that offers a Montessori education for our 1-year-olds through 3rd grade and a more traditional with a focus on personalized learning in the 4th through 8th division. I have a passion for all things education. However, I have a unique passion for anything having to do with the realm of digital education. I really believe in digitizing curriculum and creating a digital learning ecosystem that provides more equity in learning for kids across all divisions, all ages. My passion for digital education began through my own learning experiences. In my undergraduate program, I struggled with a decision. I was a competitive equestrian, but I couldn't do both. I couldn't keep pursuing a bachelor's degree in biology and attend all of my lectures and labs and travel constantly across the country competing in horse shows. A unique opportunity arose for me. The University of Florida had launched a pilot online biology degree program. I was able to be a part of one of the first graduating cohorts. I was able to complete my biology degree completely online, traveling across the country. This provided me a really unique opportunity, and it was all because of digital education infrastructure. I continued down this path and completed my master's in educational psychology online through Rutgers University. These experiences even helped further ignite my passion for online learning. One thing that I realized though, all LMSs are not created equal. And it's not the LMS itself, it's how you use the LMS. This year, as we were tasked with creating digital content for every student, posed really challenging problems. It was just by coincidence that our school decided to switch learning management systems the year prior. Before the world shut down, before education changed forever, we had started down that path. I was tasked as being part of the group that chose a new learning infrastructure for our school. When we came across Blackboard, what was so appealing to me was that topic board. That was what I found was lacking. I've worked with students that are both fully remote. I work closely with different athletes that work in various different programs and helping them stay focused and organized. Because the learning management system doesn't do it for them, and it should. As we went down the path of choosing different learning management systems, the question that I always struggled with was, how can I use best practices if I can't integrate all of the best practices into one place? Students and kids of all ages, they have enough to worry about. They don't need to worry about navigating different learning platforms, managing logins to different resources, opening this tab and this download and this link, and this teacher does it this way and this teacher does it this way. We need to make it easy for them. We need to guide their learning. And in order to guide their learning, we need to tell them what to learn. We need to give them the resources to learn. We need to allow them to practice, and we need to assess their learning. How can we do all of that in one place? Well, we can do it in the topic boards. This past year in implementing Blackboard, I worked with teachers across our entire campus, teaching multiple divisions, multiple age groups, and we came up with some really unique ways and to use these topic boards to create a complete digital interactive textbook. So I'd like to show you a few of those ways that we've used them here. So here's an example of my 7th grade life science honors course. We follow like a biology curriculum. So here's their whole course. They can see the 8 topics, the 8 units of study we're going to cover. They know it reads like a book, left to right. They know what to expect, what's coming this year. We're going to take a look as an example of this protein synthesis and genetic mutations board. Keep in mind all of these boards look the same. They all follow the same format just to keep the student organized and knowing what comes next. The coolest feature that I love about these topic boards is the ability to embed content. That's what allows me to take all of these awesome resources and awesome educational tools and put them into one place. So here I have my lessons embedded as a Nearpod. The student can click through it, and they can even complete the interactive components of the Nearpod right here in the topic board. They can click on this and they can circle the part of the image that codes for the gene. If they were signed into this, I would be able to even see that feedback and have that formative assessment of knowing what that student is understanding. This provides the student the opportunity, whether they're on campus, off campus, virtual, remote, homesick for the day, just not feeling their best when that lesson was given, constant access to the content. They're not reliant just on being there and being present mentally for that teacher to give that lecture or present that PowerPoint in class. Next up underneath is I have the learning objectives. So what am I supposed to take away from this lesson? What am I supposed to know by the end of this lesson? Obviously, they don't know all of this right by the end of the lesson. They need to practice. So then here comes the assignments with that new ability to have these assignments linked right in the topic board. It eliminates that need for them to have to go to that different assignments tab. This also organizes it clearly for the student as far as, okay, I'm practicing. What am I supposed to be able to do by the end of this activity? What's the purpose of this activity? They're able to link that directly to the learning objectives above. If they get stuck, they're able to go right above and reference the lesson again for extra help. And this will scroll through for the whole topic. We'll delve a little deeper in the second topic where we get into our applying and analyzing objectives, but it'll still follow the same format. We'll have our lesson, our interactive lesson, our learning objective, and our assignment. So how do they achieve mastery of those learning objectives? On the left-hand side, there's additional videos, images, resources for them to be able to access. Again, those YouTube videos, that might be a good extra resource. Maybe they like the way something is explained by someone else. It's right here for them. They don't have to go to YouTube. We don't have to worry about students going to YouTube on their iPad. And another feature that I love embedding is these Quizlets. So those key terms and vocabulary that I want them to practice, they're able to practice this right here in the topic board without
the organic process whereby the DNA sequence in a gene is copied into mRNA.
And it'll talk for you without having to go outside to a different app or a different resource. So this is a way that we use it for our older students who are one-to-one iPads. They take this home with them. They're seeing the same thing in the classroom as they're seeing at home. So it just really creates an organized manner for that student to learn and take ownership over their learning. But differently for a younger student, this is an example for a topic board for a primary student. This is actually built for a 4-year-old in the 3 to 6-year-old Montessori division. We did have quite a few parents in that division who kept their children home this year but wanted to stay connected to the classroom. Montessori is very hands-on. The whole curriculum is built around these manipulatives and the idea of working with the material. So how do you take it and digitize it? Well, it's difficult. There's a lot of different virtual materials that we were able to embed and post as assignments if they didn't have an embeddable link. But what we were also able to do is just organize the information for the parent. So at that age, how does the parent best support their learning at home? And we were able to organize it for them in the topic boards so it was in a manner that the parent wasn't overwhelmed. So if we just follow one of this is our beginning sounds basket where they're beginning phonics. So on this red sound basket, they're able to actually see the material they would see in the classroom. They're able to see then a video of the teacher manipulating the manipulatives. Although they can't touch it themselves, they can see what the teacher would do with it and what they would do with it themselves. They can then go through a slideshow, and if I actually press play, instead of going through this on my own, there would be a voiceover from the teacher. And then there's some additional activities and resources. Word wall is another activity that the primary teachers love, and it's great because it's able to be embedded right into the topic board, eliminating that parent needing to go search through another resource and another login. And so they're able to organize this really nicely for all of the different letter basket sounds that are color-coded. It just makes it very clear and organized. These parents, just like our middle schoolers, we don't need to make this difficult for them. Same thing with these parents of young kids. We need to make it easy and organized for them. And those topic boards allow us to do that. It allows us to go beyond the bulletin board, where it would just be information overload on the bulletin board, and create these really organized topic boards for them. And so these teachers created basically a shelf of all of these resources for them to be able to access.
So last year was my first year attending BBCon as a new user of Blackbaud as a whole. I was really amazed with the way teachers across the country were using Blackbaud to adapt to a digital education. They were really using bulletin boards
mastery settings and all of these cool features. I didn't really see a lot of engagement with the topic boards. That inspired me to have this vision in how could we use this to support our students' learning? How could this support personalized learning? How could this support flexible learning? Although I don't have experience speaking at conferences, you have to start somewhere, and I would like for this to be my somewhere to start. I have the passion and experience in implementing a completely online course, both remotely and in the classroom. The topic boards have significantly helped to organize this experience for my students in a way that I would love to share with others. Thanks for your time.